This is basically an auto-scroller. You have this growing vine, and at the same time, the chomps, the Bradens, are eating the vine.
Allowing the ghost.
And then this is just some good jump control. It is precise how he's pressing the button.
Very good use of your spin jumps, yeah. And then, oh, what's that? Oh no, it's a boss fight. So you've got this huge chain chomp who's not super happy to see you. He's kind of trying to jump on you, but you also need him to cross over some of the gaps. So he's kind of running at you right now, but you're gonna use like he's clearing the path here. But you absolutely need him for this jump here. As you can see, blue coins means spin jump, and then gonna perform.
I tried for the yump. Yeah, so we would call that I can explain that. We call that a yump. When you touch those switches, there's one frame where you're counted as standing on the ground. Technically, a yump is a jump off one of those big P-switches, and a P-switch jump is a jump like that off of one of the small ones.
If you watch a lot of SMW speedruns, you see a lot of runners trying to get the yumps and the P-switch jump because they're just so satisfying to get.
I tried the same. And I died.
We got a little cutscene here.
Yeah, we got some lore. Originally, because those cutscenes are in the original, except instead of saving an egg, you're saving a mushroom here. So Mario just rescued some kind of mushroom. He doesn't know exactly why, but he just did. And he's like, okay, I'm just gonna take it with me and we'll see what happens. Maybe they'll be useful in the future. Who knows?
All right, so Everwall Corridor.
Oh, this level.
So this level has a really interesting gimmick in that basically all the air is treated as a solid to sprites. So your shells, your Koopas, it's all treated as a sprite, and it does not like being in a wall in any way. So it's freezing, it's shaking, it's
every sprite
comfy.
Yeah, every sprite behaves differently. Sometimes they're just gonna vibe around, sometimes they're just gonna stay there, and you'll see some of those sprites behave very, very interestingly, to say the least.
I really like how the Bowser statues actually jump up.
Yeah, they just jump up and they never go down. So you can use them as platforms. So here we are once again greeted with Baby Yoshi, and you need to feed him to like 5 items. They don't necessarily need to be berries, but here we have the berries. But did you know that Yoshi can actually eat Bowser statues?
Statue.
Good metallic statue.
I've eaten weirder.
Tastes like lead. Then, OMG.
Yoshi has a weird property where he'll zip up when in a wall. We've definitely used that in some levels, but in this case, we are trying to manipulate that and eat all the berries so that we can get a mushroom.
It's very hard to juggle with Yoshi on the first time around, but it becomes very satisfying once you get to know how to use that. But it's there's not a whole lot of levels being done with that. Shout out to Super Mike, did a few levels with those, member of our community. And then, you see the goal, but why did we skip it? Because there's another goal right here.
Nice.
Another example of trolls you will find in Kaizo fan game is that sometimes you'll have a first goal here, but it's not a fake goal, but it's going to lead to your death because you can still die even if you're doing the end of level march. And that it would have happened here because there's a pool of lava next to it. So here we have, what's the name of this level again?
Flip-flop fault.
Thank you, I'm forgetting the name of my own levels.
I've been worried about getting the names wrong.
So, as I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of very custom stuff in this fan game, but a lot of this here, like everything like the nets here, a lot of it is vanilla, so that's from the original Super Mario World game. You just don't get to see a lot of the interactions here, so like grabbing a Goomba while you're on the fans and eating blocks from the side, you never get to do that in the original game. So making fan games with Super Mario World is it's so fun because you get to mix up all of those elements together that were never meant to be together, and sometimes it creates very interesting results. And
they built such a versatile engine that even now we're finding new things to do with it.
Oh, we're totally finding new things like all the time.
Speaking of the engine, with reference to the last level, I should mention that when Mario's stuck in a wall, he clips down and to the left, but Yoshi, as we saw, clips straight up. That may or may not be Nintendo's way of telling us that Yoshi is the morally superior being. Who can say?
Too pure for this world.
Yeah.
I mean, after all the times we've thrown Yoshi into pits, I think it's definitely not Mario. Time for a quick dono.
Absolutely.
$100 from Finn. Always good to see the Kaizo Mario community represented. Good luck on the run glitch, and let's prevent some cancer.
Thanks,
y'all
Finn.
matter.
Hey, Fen.
Hi, Fen.
You can read another one if you want.
Absolutely. $100 from Risto to PCF. I've got a class full of kids watching this run and cheering on Glitch. Now that's an education.
Yo, shout out to the Retro Game Club.
So another example of unintended behavior is that you can see Mario floating into the lava up there. So the bottom portion of lava tiles act as water. So that's why he was able to do that. And another interaction here. Oh no!
I missed it.
Missed it. Another interaction you never get to do is this nice shell juggle where he just punches the net and it makes the shell rebound. So that was a nice little mechanic I was able to add when I made this fan game.
Unintended behavior. I like that name. Someone should make a Kaizo called that.
Definitely, yeah. Or 3 of them.
There's a whole trilogy there.
Yeah, yeah.
Pay me for your idea or for my ideas.
Aristo, you're gonna kill that Bowser any day now. It's coming.
That's such a good setup. I love that. One thing to note, these Koopas have been modified so that you cannot jump on them. They are color-coded in the same way that the luminescent blocks are. So that is our visual cue to know that we cannot jump on them, which is really smart design.
And I have to be holding onto that net at the end or I would also walk off into the pit.
You would also never see Mario on a net finishing a level. It just works.
It just never occurred in the original game. So here we have... what's the name of this level again?
Atomic Dip Tunnel.
Thank you.
Got you.
So here we have this level with... you see the screen will not transition unless Mario is transitioning with the pipes. But the thing is, with this level, there is a... you see those jumping, those gravity-bound munchers. There is a muncher boss at the end of this level. The reason why I'm saying that is because Glitch will attempt to skip it. There is a skip that he discovered while playing the game that I hid in the... I never told anyone about that, and he found it himself. So he's going to attempt to do it by grabbing an extra block here. So he needs to throw those, to be able to pass, and then he can grab an extra block here. He needs to be very careful because it might despawn in his hands if he's not fast enough. And there we go. Got it in.
Nice.
So going to see if he's able to do the skip. There we go. Nice.
I missed that occasionally in practice, and so I did practice the section that Muncher wants to drop you down into another little section where you run through. And it's actually a shame we don't get to show it off because it's a fun one, but that's a 30-ish second time. So
yeah.
Mario is on fire.
That's on me for putting a shortcut there.
All right, well, we cutscened it up. A few more donations?
Yeah.
Sure.
Awesome. $100 from DG Riot to the Prevent Cancer Foundation. Pride%, please. Happy to serve that up to you. Same from So Cool 111 with $250. Keep up the donations to hit Pride%. Shout out to GlitchCat and his wholesome community that makes everyone always feel welcome.
Thanks, So Cool.
$250 from Anonymous. Good luck, GlitchCat. Thanks for being a wonderful pillar of our community.
You know, actually, this next level, we've seen a lot of the stuff and we've learned about it already. So if you'd like to keep reading some donations, I would love to hear some more.
I would be happy to. $250 from My Komagata. Looking forward to an amazing run by GlitchCat. Let's get the Pride% in there. $10 from BD Geese. Had to donate during the Luminescent run. Special shout out to my buddy, the Borgie Man, who managed to super crash his way into GDQ with his ROM hack. Let's see how fast GlitchCat 7 will save the 3 little princesses. That's what happens at the end, right?
Someone here read my comics.
$100 from Virus Yosh. I'm glad that it's GDQ time once again, and I'm happy to be donating for such a great cause during a run by one of my favorite streamers. Thanks to GlitchCat 7 and his welcoming community, along with all of those in the Super Mario World fan game community, GDQ staff, and of course, PCF. Let's get Pride%. I mean, I'm happy to read these all out because I'm glad they were the ones to help us get there to Pride Percent, but I'm also very happy to remind anyone who may not know that we have already met Pride Percent, so thank you so much for your generosity.
Thank you, everyone.
2220 from Kenzo. Good luck, Glitch. The Big Eye with $100 to PCF. Let's get that Pride incentive. $100 from Tim Ader. Good luck on the run, Glitch Cat. You got this. Donating to the Pride Percent incentive so Glitch can keep swinging the fans. Give Mallow some good pets. $5 from Fengar32. You matter. Your thoughts matter. Your heart matters. Your feelings matter. Good luck, Glitch Cat 7.
All right.
So we are now in Fungus Fortress, and now we get to play with those mushrooms. Finally. So, as you may or may not know, these mushrooms are taken directly from Super Mario Bros. 2. Those mushroom blocks that you can pick them up, you can throw them, you can kill enemies with them, and you can use them to enter pipes and stuff. So they're going to be featured proficiently here, like a lot. Whoops! He's doing a it's a very dangerous juggle, but there's a lot of skips you can perform because those mushrooms are as useful as they're very janky. So sometimes they work as intended and other times not. But most of the time, they're functional. They're functional. In it Kaizo, when you do put new stuff, as long as it's functional, it's fine. But,
this is probably one of the toughest levels.
It is. Yeah. It's the toughest level by all the tricks you can perform to save time. Yeah.
Yeah. So this jump, just picking up and jumping with that is a frame perfect trick.
Yeah.
And you can do that with keys as well. So I basically equate this to being a key that has enemy killing properties. So it's basically a block that you pick up.
Play it safe.
Code-wise, it is based on keys, on the Super Mario World keys.
I chickened out on the skip there because I wanted to play it a little safe.
Yeah.
I died at the beginning. But we have another chance.
So you've got here this sumo bro who they normally don't jump like that. This is once again like with the addition of custom blocks and stuff, you can have them do very interesting stuff.
Wait.
And you gotta wait.
I love the indication in this. There's
we're doing the safe way.
Sometimes you gotta wait, even in speedruns.
There we go.
Yeah, the indication in this is just absolutely a quality of life thing, and it really just shows how much effort and thought has been put into the player's experience.
Oh, and we've developed quite a code for that in the SMW community for how to indicate things because of the nature of Kaizo. So
it's supposed to be brutal, but it's also supposed to be fun.
Yeah. And there you go. So here Glitch could have made this jump by jumping off Yoshi, but then he would have died there. So a good thing he kept Yoshi.
If at all possible, you don't want to get rid of something you could use later.
Yeah.
Nice.
There we go.
So this is a very silly boss. Was able to fight him in less than 10 seconds, so that's great.
Okay, they're killing our base. Maybe not.
Get another little cutscene here for us.
And another little batch of donations. $250 from Deppy Slide, who says, hello from SMW Central. Always have to donate during another great Kaizo Mario run. Good luck, and here's to another great year of Kaizo Mario. $100 from JD Lowe. Glitch Cat 7 is one of the best humans on the planet, according to his cat Mallow. Super proud of you and super proud of Games Done Quick. Keep up the great work. $50 from Turpo Gaming. Pride Percent. Let's put the cherry on top of this absolutely incredible run. Much love to Glitch Cat, and good luck on the run.
Thanks, Turpo.
The Kaizo community is coming out so strong for this.
So this level is named CN Tower. That's mostly because I'm Canadian, so I had to name this level after maybe the highest tower in Toronto. But also because this is a Skytree level. So the reason it's named Skytree, it's because you have this vine that you have to escort all the way up. You have to catch to it, or else it might despawn, it might stop. You have to make it sure it's still going on. And Skytree is named after a tower in Tokyo. So this is kind of analogous to Skytree with the CN Tower reference. And here, so we have got second section. Still gotta escort the vine, but we gotta be gotta be quiet at this point because Glitch will grab a star, and in this game, grabbing a star doesn't change the music. So you'll have to know exactly when the star ends, or else he might miss a jump here. So we've got the star. avoid something here, but not for now. We have to be quiet because it could end at any time. So it's here, and I'm gonna shut up right now.
Proper hand required. Back to refill your quiver, are you?
There we go.
Nice.
Nice.
If I jump too early there, I would not make it, and if I jump too late, I would also not make it. So I had to time that just right. All right, I got out.
All right.
Look how much you need to kill me, though. That's great.
And the mold for this level is from Kaizo Mario World 3 from the original trilogy by Takamoto.
Oh, the cape level. Well, BK, do you think, as the resident cape expert, you could teach us how cape works?
I'd love to. So the first thing you'll notice here is that you don't need to run to build flight meter to take off because the cape is modified in this game to have infinite flight meter. And so all you need to do is land, touch the ground, and you can immediately go into spin flight or normal flight. They have some trade-offs. Spin flight is ideal for going straight up. Normal fly is ideal for going to the side, and it also has the benefit of you being able to cape slam to kill enemies and throw shells and stuff up into the air, and to slide, both of which we'll see in a subsequent section. Now here, what Glitch is doing is sliding on the ground, which you can do by normal flying with cape and then landing while having positive speed. And that has basically the same effect as butt sliding, which you may have seen more commonly. And butt slide is very powerful and lets you kill enemies that you otherwise cannot, such as the grinders that he killed. And to make sure that he doesn't stop sliding before he wants to, that level is also icy, so it's slippery. He's slip sliding around.
I just really like this setup where it just sends the block off to who knows where. We reuse it.
Once again, a weird property you don't get to see in vanilla Super Mario World.
That was a really good level. That's probably one of my favorites to watch.
Some are still good. What you looking for?
This might be a good chance. Abstract Pipes for another donation. We've got these yellow blocks that flip on a cycle. I'm not going to try for the little cycle skip because it's kind of risky, but if you'd like to read some donations while we're running through.
Yeah, would be more than happy to. We got another comics fan here. $100 from Stephen V, or Steve Oisiak. Awesome seeing the Borgie man at GDQ. I've been a fan of his comics for years, and his game development abilities impress just as much. Keep up the awesome work.
Thank you so much.
$25 from Yellsrick. Hi, Glitchcat. Been looking forward to this run all week. Best of luck destroying Luminescent. Cheering you on from the check-in desk.
Thanks, Yellsrick.
$50 from Solian. Pride Land, here together. $25 from TD Warrior. It's been a ton of fun being in person at GDQ for the first time, getting to talk to everyone in the Mario crew in person. Good luck on the run, Glitch, and make sure to give some pets to Mallow when you get home.
He's missing me.
$100 from Endless Ascent to the Prevents Cancer Foundation. Props to Glitchcat, Borgie, and the rest of the couch for showcasing this amazing game and all the variety and excitement SMW Kaizo can offer. $50 from Rainbow Llamas. It's Luminescent Day. Hi, Glitch. Hi, Couch. You are a joy and a gift to know, and thank you for showing off the game. We love Mallow the Cat.
Whee! All right, well, we're coming up on what would be the end of any percent, but we get that extra Pride percent, so time will not be stopping after this. We're going to go right over and finish up with Pride percent, but here we are in Terminal Climb.
Yeah, so, which is normally the last level for any percent. So, in this message box you see at the beginning, you are being told that the one responsible for like the whole glowing block thing is going to be at the top of the tower. So you're given those falling blocks here that are not luminescent that you can ride on, but you got to be careful because they can still kill you from the side and by crushing you. And as you see, they will be very useful to climb this area here. Once again, I am a very big fan of vertical section. Love the climbing aspect of it, such as here. But sometimes you gotta have to stop those blocks, such as here, to create a kind of ladder and to have the disco shell cross here. But you gotta be careful because you cannot hit this block here, or else it's gonna jam the pipe and you won't be able to cross.
You and CO made a level for one of the community events for GDQ previously with these falling blocks.
Shout outs to CO Kederic. Yeah, for summer games done quick 2022.
I was there.
Yeah, we did a race level together for this event. And I used those blocks, yeah. So here, Lich needed to clear the path, and because those blocks can actually destroy the ground, you needed to have a clear, the clear way to be able to run and get some speed here. You need to preserve the speed here, or else he's not gonna preserve his flag.
This trick is TAS only.
Used
Used to be.
10 years
Totally TAS only.
About 10 years ago, that type of trick was considered TAS only. And shout outs to the vanilla runners who discovered a lot of things we use today.
Now we're getting to the bus room. Who might be responsible for this? Oh no, it's Tetris! Tetris is the one responsible. So this message box said that the Tetrominos, which are the Tetris pieces, they consider themselves to be the superior games, so they want to crush Mario. But the thing is, whatever this Tetris player is, he's not very good. He just like the blocks are all over the place. He's not stacking very well. So I doubt it's gonna have a very high score by the end, which is to Glitch's advantage here. And also you can see the little shadows. You can see where the blocks are gonna fall. This is just a way for the player to better telegraph where they need to be at a certain point.
This is the song of my people.
Almost there, but oh, gotta be careful. Yep.
Those 4 bars are always showing up when you don't want them, huh?
Yeah.
No one is
Like, what are the odds of that? 5 in a row? Oh no, even more.
Oh no! So now the Tetris blocks are ticked. They really want Mario out, and they're like, okay, now we're not fooling around. So it's like, it's what, level 29 Tetris?
Was there something you
Where they're like, it's your kill screen now. So gotta avoid those.
I only know how to play DAS.
Gotta be careful with those because those are very tight jumps here.
Got it.
And now
Team is not
to the top. Oh, and Mario, just remember, he grabbed a lot of mushroom blocks from the previous level, so he can use them to jam those pipes and end the world.
I relate to Mario. I always have random things in my pockets. I have a receipt from probably like 2 weeks ago.
I thought you were going to say you always end the world. That's some powerful energy.
So we now graded to a nice escape sequence. Mario just destroyed the world, well, the tower at least, and he's gotta make his way out. And he's doing so by, you see, it's kind of a nice send-off to the the fan game, with all the stuff you've seen in the past, like those here, the mushroom blocks, and you'll see the chain chomps over there. So you kind of have all of those items coming back to you. Just as a nice send-off. Gotta be careful here to hit them. There's a very dangerous jump coming up. And then Mario, finally, as a last send-off, gets to do some plumbing, finally. So he's gotta unplug the pipe.
I'm being safe.
Yeah, gotta be safe.
Oh, that's absolutely
And there you go. Woo.
Okay, but this would be the end of any percent. We're not going to stop the time. We're going to go right over. Thank you all so much for donating for the 5% incentive. I'm really excited to show this one off.
Opportunity to shout out a few more people in your community.
Please,
we go over.
Love to hear that.
Excellent. Have a very special one from Glitch Mom and Dad. It's $50 to the Prevent Cancer Foundation. Good luck on your run, Glitch. Sorry we can't be on the couch, but we are cheering you on from home. Very proud of you and your perseverance and the awesome community you are a part of. Much love to you.
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
And $50 from the Little Hylian. Greetings from the back couch. So glad we got that Pride % incentive met. Much love to GlitchCat and the entire Kaizo community for being such wonderful friends and welcoming folks. Trans rights.
So it's a Pittsburgh tradition to wave the terrible towel when the team is doing well, and I would encourage you, if you have a pride flag or something, wave it high in the air, because this level is themed around all the different pride flags.
Let's hear it, Pittsburgh.
So the main theme of this level are the differently colored blocks here. They will grant Mario some different powers. So we've got, of course, the Pride block here. So it's going to grant Mario invincibility as long as he touches it. And then whenever he leaves it, he's going to be invincible for like half a second or something. So you got to alternate between being invincible or not. And then you've got the Buy block here. Functions about the same, except you're given iframes, as we call them, or buy frames. which you know, the kind of frames you get when you take damage. Oh,
I need that guy.
You need that guy. Oh. The kind of frames you get when you take damage. You get a mushroom, then you get hit by an enemy, so you're getting like all flashy and stuff.
Nah, I've just
saved that. So you're getting invincibility for that, and that's kind of the same as the Pride block in a way, but it opens up different strats here for getting past enemies. Just gonna spawn those bullet bills once again. Need the shell. Whoop.
Save it.
There
we go.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh,
Come here, you.
not sure if it's gonna be enough though, because
Oh yeah, yeah. We gotta keep this.
Oh.
No, he won't come down. I've done that.
he was chilling up there.
Yeah. Yeah, the yellow Koopa needs to go into this shell in order to create that disco shell.
All right, some more love from the community while we redo.
Yeah.
$500 from Jay the Wook. Hey, GlitchCat7,
Ooh,
only the size of your heart exceeds your skill. Thank you for giving us a space to congregate each night. You push me to be a better player every day. Biggest
Jay.
of G's. And $100 from Hank Sinatra. Good luck on the run, GlitchCat. And thanks to the Borgie Man
Hey,
for
Hank.
creating some
Hank.
fun game.
She
Oh,
gets
that's
knocked
rude.
down and we build her up.
That's fine.
A lot of disco shells in
Yeah.
this one.
Disco shells are fun.
Hey, we haven't even explained
Oh,
the disco
shit,
shells
the
because it is really,
Who could
Oh,
ever
I've-
explain disco
No
shell?
way.
yeah,
I've explained it, but yeah.
one of the hardest things to learn for a newer player, I think.
Oh yeah, especially like the disco surfing.
No
So
way.
here we have the non-binary
Run
blocks.
again, Queen will be
So
one,
they
no,
will
you
allow
don't.
Mario to perform a dust cloud. So that's basically the same power as when Yoshi grabs a yellow shell. So you just can pound the ground and stuff. And the thing is, now Glitch is gonna perform a glitch here, which when he jumps on an enemy, it's not gonna work here. So you see, no ground pound here, jumps on enemy, no ground pound here. So that's because there's this glitch in the game that will do that if you just jump on an enemy,
Stop
and it
saying
was
fake.
you
Stop,
needed it
guys,
to
stop.
be able to cross. So here we have the ace block. And
There you
ace
go,
block
mate.
will allow you
It's
to perform a high bounce or low bounce depending if you press the D-pad or not. And it's needed to be able to cross the gap because there's a lot of Muncher. This is really Muncher land over here.
That's a little example of how that wedge-shaped hitbox on the disco
Yeah.
shell can be really tricky. You have to kind of orient yourself with the side of it that you want to
Yeah.
surf on.
Wedge shape means that if you jump left, you're going to be sent leftwards, and same thing for right. So you always got to redirect your momentum based on that. So the disco shell entry is kind of hard here. It's kind of tricky.
Yeah, it can be a really difficult thing to just kind of lock onto a disco shell that's
Yeah.
moving in the direction you're trying to go. We got it.
You can come with me and tusk back.
Maybe. 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 It's all right. We got time.
Point of trials.
Shout outs to the people who make these custom blocks.
Oh yeah.
Typical.
In addition to level creators to graphic designers and stuff, there's a lot of skills needed in the SMW community. There's also a lot of people who actually code
Nice.
stuff that is needed for those, all of this nice custom things that you see in fan games. So big shout outs to them. Big shout outs to the SMW programming community.
I'd like to give a special shout out in particular to D to the Fourth, who has added so much to the game
Yes.
over the years. Thank you, D4. We love you.
And a lot of her code has been used for these blocks as well.
I think
And a few of the code you can find like in this particular game. So here we have the trans blocks, and the trans block allow you to transport the closest item into your hands. So once again, needed to cross all of those platforms here, and the little shell elevator you saw earlier, and the last shell jump here. Nice.
Nice.
Trans rights.
All right, trans rights.
So this is it. This is the very last section. I will mark time at the end. Look at how all the different powers come together. I really just think this has been such a lovely GDQ, and GDQ just brings out the absolute best in everyone. It's been an honor to share this, and I think we're so much stronger together than we ever could be apart. So I will mark the time. It's not when I touch the goal. It's right after the circle closes.
Yoshis.
Right after the Yoshi party. So I'll say time verbally. And wait for it. Time.
Woo!
That's it. That's it. What was my final time? 41:36. That's really good. That's really good. That's it. That's all for me. I just wanted to I'll get my shout outs done really quickly. That was a lot of fun. Thank you for being here. That was just amazing. I'm like forgetting everyone that I wanted to shout out. My fellow staff at RHR and SMW Central, thank you so much. My community on Twitch, my mom and my dad and my wife who couldn't be here today because of the weather, but they're watching at home. Thank you. I love you. And I'd also like to dedicate this run to 2 members of our community who are no longer with us, Ugg Rochester and Banjo Goose. We miss you. We love you.
Shout outs to all the people running this event. Without all these volunteers, we would not have this event. Shout outs to camera crew specifically. I mean, that's what I help with.
Shout outs to the artists.
Circle.
Yeah.
Shout out to the artists that donate all the prizes and the unsung heroes who help out with little minor things around the scenes.
Yeah, big shout outs to the community, the SMW community. Thank you, Glitchcat, for inviting us. Big shout out also to my friends at home who listen. Salut tout le monde du Québec. And yeah, thank you again. Thanks for GDQ for having us here. It's an honor to be here.
Shoutouts to Pogo. Shoutouts to Yellow Yossi-chan.
If you're interested in trying Kaizo, you should join our community. We have weekly races that you can. If you're too nervous to try a full game, you can just give a level a shot, and we have them ranked in difficulty so that you don't have to play the 7. Try a 3. Those are great introductions. Just take on one challenge.
Yep. And if you'd like to learn a little bit more, you can go to smwcentral.net. Thank you. I think that's all for us. So thank you for watching. I hope yins have a great rest of your marathon.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
And I'll be running Wonder later for what it's worth.
Hi, how's it going, AGDQ? My name is Ruby Hart, and I have the distinct honor and pleasure to talk to one of my heroes of speedrunning and now a friend, Zik3.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. I'm excited for this, but looking forward to it all week.
Yeah, so we're doing a little something different this time of showcasing runners who have done so much for their communities and so much with games done quick. I'm going to brag about you ridiculously for a moment because you deserve it. Zik speedruns over 38 different games, has done 10 different GDQ runs, including Titan Souls, Owlboy, EnviroBear 2000, Wild Animal Sports Base Stays, Spyro 2, Spyro 3, Final Fantasy 4 Pixel Remaster, A Bug's Life, and coming up later this week, the Final Fantasy 5 Pixel Remaster. On top of that, has done commentary, has volunteered with the check-in desk, has done a ridiculous amount of hot fixes, and does a ton to help make speedruns accessible by making video tutorials. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you, because everything I know about Titan Soul speedrunning is because of you.
Oh, thank you. It's it's interesting. I mean, you read that list. I go all over the place. I just like to explore the different speedrun communities.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know one thing you mentioned to me is that you love finding speedruns for the sake of their communities and for the sake of the love of the games. But when you got into that first Titan Soul speedrun, what got you to that point?
Oh, well, I mean, I've been watching GDQ since probably like 2013, whenever Spike and Poexel did.
And we have a clip actually of this first Titan Souls run, by the way, if
gosh.
we want to run that.
Yes, so I've always been aware of speedrunning and whatnot, and my roommate in college at the time, he pretty sure was on the couch on that run. Shout out to you, Stuart. He introduced me to Titan Souls. He's like, oh, this is a cool game. I think you'll like it. And there was a PlayStation trophy in the game that was like, beat the game in under 20 minutes. And I was like, going for it. And I did it, and I was like, this is the best. This has to be like the fastest thing ever. I go on speedrun.com, like, okay, nope, not even close. But it just kind of like that natural little speedrun goal in it kind of led me into speedrunning Titan Souls, and it was one of those. I always tell people, you get into a GDQ when you least expect it. I just threw it into the void. It was like, you got accepted to GDQ. I was like, what? Like,
how many times had you submitted before that?
None. That was my first time.
Really? That's amazing.
Yeah, it was the first run I felt comfortable with, like, submitting. And yeah, one of my first like real speed runs. I had dabbled in learning like Final Fantasy VI and Sly Cooper, and this was a nice, easy barrier to entry. And it's a really fun, it's a really fun game to speedrun.
Oh yeah, it's an incredible game to speedrun. And I find it so funny that you say, oh yes, this was a perfect example of a speedrun and so elegant. The next time that you were in a GDQ after that, you did Titan Souls and then EnviroBear 2000. Now, this one, a little bit different a speedrun. If we can go ahead to that clip. I find this so funny because there was a bid war between who would be your fifth player, right?
Yes.
Should I be clapping? Like driving? Okay. Do I need to know the controls at all? Nope.
So, Versentia went into this with no knowledge of the game whatsoever.
None.
How did this happen?
This was a mess. This is a funny story because this was a mess. So we found this game. One of my close friends I met through Titan Souls, he got to the point where he was just being recommended every like garbage game under the sun on Steam. And he's like, oh, look at this thing. And so like it was like the night before the end of submissions, and me and 3 other friends were like, are we doing this? Like, just do it, just submit it. And we all submitted it. So 4 of us submitted a 5-person relay. None of us had the same game title. None of us had the same like descriptions, or we were like, well, this was like no communication. Like, this was a failure. We'll try again next year. And then they accepted it. And we were like, well, now we need a 5th person for this 5-person relay we just signed up for. So that's when we started reaching out to like Author Blues, Versentia. We're like, would you be interested in this bid war idea? And they were for it. And so like as we got to the event, it was like Author Blues was like pretty well ahead. And then Versentia just tweets out, he's like, I don't know what this is. I don't plan to look at what this is. I don't want to know a thing until I sit on that couch. And even Auth was like, go vote Versentia. And it just, he just like took off with it.
And suddenly he was the first person in a relay race of a game that looks like it was made in MS Paint.
Yes.
Honestly, just watching this run, side note, if you want to go back and watch this run, it is so funny.
It's so goofy. What was also funny about it too is like for a couple years after, like nobody really knew who did the run. It was like this mythical thing where I'd meet people and I'd be like, oh yeah, I ran EnviroBear 2000. Like, you ran that? I'm like, yeah. Like nobody really knew like the runners involved. It was just this like group effort of this silly game.
That's incredible. And from there, you moved on to another amazing game and actually had the devs reach out to you after your run. And this was Owl Boys. So, okay, this one I can definitely see a lot more of the love of pixel art and the big boss fights.
Yeah.
Is that what got you into this one? You were just kind of looking for other games and communities, or what led you here?
What drew me to the game in the first place was really a close friend of mine was streaming it, and I heard like one of the songs from the soundtrack. And I was like, that's really gorgeous. I want to play that. And it kind of just built in naturally that I was enjoying the game, got into the speedrun, those sorts of things. And it's a really fantastic game. If you've never played Owlboy, I highly recommend it. It's a game that was like 9 years in the making, and the devs are just super supportive, super cool. Adrian, one of the developers of D-Pad Studio, we still talk all the time. He comes into my stream and we chat, and like Ruby said, when the run was coming up, I just got a message the one day on like Twitter, and they were like, hey, what's your address? We want to send you something. It's like, why, me? And like, so this box shows up at my door, and it's a little plush Bogwin.
And we have a picture of that if we want to take a look, because this is so cute.
It's so wholesome.
Yeah.
It's this little plush Bogwin, there he is, and he had a little note in his backpack that was like, oh, hi, my name is Bubby, teach me how to go fast. And yeah, it's just one of those things that I cherish, because it was just super wholesome, and I wasn't expecting it. So
honestly, and I think we have the note as well, just seeing the plush and the note from the designer. I love when the devs specifically get so into the speedrun community. The fact that they reached out to you with that support, and now you're friends.
Yeah, and they were always very supportive of the speedrunning community, you know, always being like, hey, like this is kind of impacting casual players. How come we, you know, we want to patch it, but we want to talk to you guys first, make sure like we're not ruining everything.
So finding ways to make sure that both the casual players and the speedrunners could completely engage with the game. That's incredible.
See what's on the screen.
Oh,
This
yes!
is my love and my home.
So, okay, the Bugs Life story. So you ran this earlier this week.
Yes.
And I know that this is a meme in your community. That someday Bugs Life was gonna get in. How long had you been submitting
About
this?
4
game?
years.
4 years? Okay.
About 4 years. My favorite was just good friend Amerlin, who's part of the games committee, and like, I've been submitting this game over and over and over again, and one of my favorite like retweets was him just retweeting and saying, "Bugs ain't got no life." And then it was 2 years later, this game gets in, and we're setting up for the run. He just kind of sneaks up behind me. He's like, "I guess Bugs got life." I was like, that was a joke from him, like 2 years in the making. But yeah, it was just a silly meme game that a couple friends of mine picked up, and we were just like, "Oh, let's play Bugs Life. It's gonna be stupid." And like, it's really fun speedrun, actually.
Well, and also, this is one of those games that came out in the era where movies were constantly getting video game adaptations, and some of them were way too simple. And then there were others like this that so many levels feel unbeatable to children. I don't know how they expected.
I never made it past level 4, but the more I speedrun games, I also have learned that I don't think I made it past like the first level of many games. I'll pick up a game I'm nostalgic from my childhood, and I'll beat like the first level. I'm like, I don't recognize this. I think this is the furthest I've ever gotten.
But now you're getting to revisit those. Absolutely demolish them.
It's fun, yes.
And I know you speedrun a million different games, but you get to close this GDQ with the Final Fantasy V Pixel Remaster, which I am so excited about.
Very excited.
Yeah, absolutely. Please cheer for that. Absolutely.
I'm taking us back to our roots, the Final Fantasy finale.
Yeah, you said that you were really inspired by previously seeing Final Fantasy closers to the marathon, and that meant a lot to you. I would love to hear more about it.
I mean, my first GDQ I attended, I want to say it was like GDQ 15 or whatever. I don't know. It was the GDQ where I believe Rivers was doing Final Fantasy IV for the finale, and Spike was sitting on the floor yelling Arby's. And that was like my first GDQ I ever went to.
Yep, that sounds like Spike. Yep.
And like every year following, it was like Poexel doing the finale, Final Fantasy. I was like, I have to watch the Final Fantasy finale. And I always remember one that always stuck with me was, I believe it was Final Fantasy VI when we hit like our first 2 million or 3, one of those like big milestone years.
Yeah.
I remember just being like, big respect and shout outs that like he's doing these hard, crazy strats, you know, laser focused while a riot's going on behind him and no one's watching the game. I was like, just big respect there. And so it's, in a way, feels like big shoes to fill.
I mean, you not only get to show this game, and I know you love the Final Fantasy series. Watching you, I have to shout out one thing. Watching you and Foxy get more and more delusionally tired during the Final Fantasy X run is probably one of my favorite GDQ moments. But being able to bring Final Fantasy to the stage and help raise money for charity, like, how does that feel? How exciting is that?
It really does mean a lot to me, because like I said, the Final Fantasy series has been something that's been with me since I was a child. It is half of my personality. I mean, anyone that knows me knows I never shut up about Final Fantasy. So I'm really honored to be able to get to showcase the game, the community, and everything. I mean, beyond just getting to run the game, like I said, I like to hopefully do the Final Fantasy community proud, because it's a really, really great community.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. And before we go, as far as encouraging other people who may not have gotten into speedruns, who may have started in a place like you of just, I'm going to take on this time trial achievement. What would you say to them as far as more accessible ways to get into speedrunning, or just ways that they can engage?
Just never be afraid to just try something, you know? The speedrunning can seem like daunting at first, but everyone's always willing to help. Any speedrun community I've ever been in has been so welcoming, so wholesome. Everybody's ready to make a guide or a tutorial or help you out. And so just try it out. And, you know, as long as we can continue to keep speedruns accessible through whatever means necessary, like guides or turbo controllers or emulators or whatever we can do moving forward to keep speedrunning open to people, that's the best thing we can do, I think.
Incredible. Well, from the bottom of my heart, one Giant Slayer to another, thank you for everything you have done, making tutorials and showcasing your entertaining and incredible runs. And everyone, make sure that you catch Zik's run at the end of the marathon, but we still have a ton more AGDQ coming up right now, so stick around.
How is he not fucking dead? Can you explain that to me?
Indeed we do, Ruby Heart, because hello GDQ viewers, because my screen name is Covert Muffin, and I'm going to be leading up the hosting station for the next 2 runs. With that being said, folks, if you were there for the Luminescent run that was run by GlitchCat7, once again, thank you so much for raising $15,000 to unlock that upgrade to the Pride percent. And indeed, it was an incredible run because GlitchCat7, we just got word that that was a world record run. Another one here live at AGDQ. Wow.
Back to refill your quiver, are you?
But that being said, thank you, Twitch, for hosting GDQ on your website, and we are just going to watch a quick Twitch ad.
Finish blink, kill.
How you doing out there, audience? Yeah. Oh man, I'm super excited for Regal's run that is going to be coming up, and we are still just getting set up on stage, but we have so many donations coming in. We're seeing so much love. But that being said, we also have an open for another game that we could potentially unlock with a prize pool of needing to raise $160,000, and that is going to be none other than Resident Evil 4 Remake Separate Ways, and we have raised $22,000 so far, so just $137,000, a little bit more than that to get there. Do you believe we can get there, audience? I do too. And that being said, helping us get there is a $250 donation from Casey that says a huge thanks to all the runners and especially those making GDQ work behind the scenes. Yeah, indeed, if you've never been live here at a GDQ, there's just a massive crew that is just working around the clock. This is a 24-hour per day marathon. And so, Casey, thank you so much, not only for the love, but also for that donation. And folks, if you don't know what we're doing here at Awesome Games Done Quick, we are here raising money for Prevent Cancer Foundation. The Prevent Cancer Foundation is the only U.S.-based nonprofit organization solely dedicated to cancer prevention and early detection. Through research, education, outreach, and advocacy, they have helped countless people avoid a cancer diagnosis or detect their cancer early enough to be successfully treated. They are driven by a vision of a world where cancer is preventable, detectable, and beatable for all. You can find out more information about PCF at preventcancer.org. Once again, that is going to be preventcancer.org. And PCF, thank you so much. We are so honored here at Awesome Games Done Quick to be raising money for you, as we have raised over $1,150,000 so far, folks. That is incredible. We have $50 here from Nathan P. that says, "For my mother, who once won against cancer. Despite not knowing what AGDQ is, as soon as she found out it's for charity, requested donations. She's so tenacious. She'll be here after The Last of Us are gone." That is so awesome here, Nathan P. Congratulations to both you and your family, and I am super happy to hear that success against cancer.
Christ. That's insane, actually. TP triangle farm stacks before they do it.
All right, folks, and as we are coming up, we are just still getting set up here on stage for that run that is going to be run by Regal. It's going to be none other than Dark Souls, and I am incredibly looking forward to this. But welcome back, folks, from that ad break itself. And we have so many donations coming in. There's so much love. We have $50 from Telephone Ghost that says, "Dark Souls run ahead, therefore don't give up, Skeleton." Thank you so much, Telephone Ghost.
Is a sequence of each of the 4 dials. The first dial must be set.
That being said, we are so honored here to be sponsored by none other than Fan Gamer.
I don't understand how that. I don't.
Fangamer is a video game merchandise company based in Tucson, Arizona. Back with some amazing merch for GDQ 2024. Sales of GDQ merch benefits the Prevent Cancer Foundation and everything you can buy and ship worldwide. Go get your hands on it before it's gone by visiting fangamer.com/GDQ. Once again, fangamer.com/GDQ. Thank you so much, Fangamer. I have seen your merch selection and it is absolutely awesome, so don't miss out on that, folks.
This is like the third time he fucked up his Vendetta hit. I'm not really sure what's going on.
All right, we still have more amazing donations coming in, starting with $50 from Deuces Mongooses. I love that screen name. Day 6 of 7. Always need more bonus games. And indeed, there is a bonus game that we can unlock, and we have already raised over $1,000 to help us close that out. But folks, we still have a ways to go. Still about $135,000 until we're able to meet that. You know what? What if we could finish that out before Dark Souls is over? Do you think that's possible, chat? I think it is. I believe in you, Twitch chat.
Careful now, that's a trap.
All right, folks. With that being said, it sounds like our runner is ready. So give it up for Regal with Dark Souls. Take it away, my friend.
Hey guys, I'm Regal. Today I'm going to be playing Dark Souls Prepare to Die Edition for you today. This is not the remaster, this is the original Steam release, which is important. There's definitely a big difference between them. I'm also joined by my commentary crew. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
Sure. Hi, I'm Ashwin. I also speedrun this game, and I've done commentary at GDQ for Demon Souls and other things, so I'm happy to be here for my first live GDQ.
I'm QQ. I'm also a runner of this game, and I'm currently Regal has the world record, but we've kind of battled a little bit over our span of running it. So I'm excited for No Wrong Orb to actually make it this year.
I think we'll win.
Yeah, I'm glad to have QQ here for sure as the second place runner for this category and the record holder for any percent. He's very good. All right, so I'm going to name my character. We're just going to go through character creation here. I'm going to start as male with the class Thief. The main reason we want to start Thief is because Thief starts with a free master key, which we're going to use to open up mostly one door. Which you could take the master key from here, but the fact that we get one for free, we can take black firebombs instead, which is going to save us about 30 seconds over having to pick up some firebombs, and it's going to help us kill some enemies faster. Everything else doesn't matter, really. Just a quick explanation for the category we're doing. This isn't going to be just regular any percent. It's any percent no wrong warp, which is simply we're not allowed to wrong warp. Normally in the any percent category, you skip like half the game by using a glitch called a wrong warp to skip into the final area. This run, we are not going to be doing that. We're going to actually have to go and collect these key items called Lord Souls that we'll have to offer to a thing called the Lord Vessel in order to access the final area. So that actually adds about 15 minutes or maybe some more than that to the whole run. It's going to be more of a classical Dark Souls run that you may have seen many years ago using a weapon that many people may have seen before, the Black Knight Halberd. So with that, I think we're ready to go. We'll go ahead and start with a countdown. I'll go on go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
So the game starts off in this tutorial area. This NPC above throws us a key, and there's not much explanation other than that. And then we're just venturing out into the world. This is a prison section called the Northern Undead Asylum. Every run starts here. It doesn't really matter what you're doing. You have to get through this area. And we have these black firebombs, like I was saying earlier. We're going to use them pretty much immediately to take out this first boss, much faster than we would otherwise. Normally you'd have to go and pick up a weapon, do a loop around, and then plunge onto this enemy. And it, takes a bit of time, but if you just have black firebombs, you can take him out real fast in the first encounter. So we run to this spot and chuck 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, and we dodge an attack. And 2 more, and he's dead. All right, boss down. And we can continue through the tutorial. And normally you would pick up a shield or a weapon here, but we don't need either, so we're going to skip right past them. And we got insane RNG.
Yeah, the AFK heart.
Saves like half of a second. If you want to get the fastest asylum time in the world, you have to get that RNG.
I think
And so we're going up to an NPC right here called Oscar. And we're going to bait this boulder down. And he's going to give us a key. Fun fact, it's actually faster to talk to him than to kill him to get the key. And now we can leave and go to the main part of the game. All right, and so I usually like to talk about these runs as a sort of a narrative of like different objectives we're trying to accomplish. Right now, the main objective that we're going to be doing is trying to obtain a key item called the Lord Vessel. Lord Vessel is going to allow us to warp between bonfires. This isn't like the later Souls games where you can warp at any time to any bonfire. This game, you actually have to get a key item in order to do that, and that is the Lord Vessel, so we're on our way to get that as fast as we can. It's also going to let us dispel a thing called a golden fog gate, so we can get into other sections of the game as well that are normally blocked off. And usually what you would have to do is go and ring these 2 bells, but we are going to skip that completely. So we are going to try to get to this place called Sin's Fortress earlier than we have to. Spoilers for later on.
No frame dupe.
Yeah, I didn't get a frame dupe. That's okay.
Probably going to be me.
But on the way there, we are going to be collecting some items. There's multiple different ways you can go to get to Sin's Fortress. In fact, it's actually a little faster to go through Undead Bird, but this route we need to collect the Black Knight Halberd and the Red Tearstone Ring. So we want to go through this place called Valley of Drakes. And we need to, this is why we got the Master Key, so we can open this door. We picked up an S-Stock there for moose swapping and a 1K soul right here.
Yay, you picked it up.
Yeah, I didn't forget it. I've been forgetting it a lot on my my practice runs. We need some souls for shopping we'll do at Andre the Blacksmith later. And then we're going to pick up another 2K soul up ahead, but it's going to be kind of a quiet run through Valley of Drakes for a bit.
Yeah, we can even talk about the movement tech that's happening here.
Sure.
So he's actually toggling quite frequently here as he's running, and the toggling actually allows him to start his running animation a little faster than you normally would, just like letting your stamina recover and then sprinting again. And he's also playing as male, like one distinction, male actually gets into that running animation slightly faster than female does, and there's some nuances between the gender.
There's some mechanism at work behind.
You need to avoid these drakes. They're quite annoying and loud. This is simultaneously the most quiet and loudest part of the game at the same time. But this is a pretty scary part. We don't want to die to these drakes. It'll be okay. We have some backups if it happens, but I'm going to climb this ladder and roll off and try not to die. I'll take a lot of fall damage, but I'll survive. However, there's a bunch of drakes beneath me, and they will be trying to kill me. So fingers crossed we don't die here. This is a very common spot that people reset to.
That's actually very good.
Alright, so here is the Red Tearstone Ring we're going to pick up. Very important and powerful ring. We'll explain that in a second.
Nice.
Okay, I think we made it. Nice. Okay. So the Red Tearstone Ring is a ring that whenever I am below 20% HP, I am going to get a really large damage buff from it. So you'll see me at low HP like most of the boss fights. Like one hit away from death, but I will be dealing massive damage, so it makes up for it. But you want to play mistake-free. And this is a trick called an up warp. If you just quit out as you drop into this shaft, you'll just spawn right at the top. It pulls you up in like one frame. So you can't even see it happening. There you go. I'm already at the top. And now we are going to, I'm going to take this bonfire for safety real quick. There's a Black Knight right here, very famous Black Knight, who carries the weapon, the Black Knight Halberd we're going to use. He can be annoying, so we're going to take this just for safety. Now, normally if you are doing runs of this game for leaderboards, for world records, you have to farm this guy over and over again until he drops his weapon. It's only a 20% drop, 26% if you have one humanity. But we are, for the sake of the marathon, using a program called GadgetLMH to guarantee it drops. But maybe we'll get a real one. And he's going to run straight off. Oh, no. Okay. Well,
you can't submit this now.
Can't submit the run, unfortunately. But we do have a Black Knight Halberd, and we can continue on. So we're just doing a run the remainder of the way to get to Sin's Gate. And we're going to take a little detour here to grab a longbow. This, similar to the S-Stock, is going to be used for a glitch called Moose Swap, also for other purposes. And then we'll just continue on to Andre the Blacksmith. And on our way, we are going to kill this Crystal Lizard up here, who is going to drop some Twinkling Titanite that we're going to use to upgrade our Black Knight Halberd. And we actually need to punch and throw a Firebomb, because the Firebomb does 1 point of damage less than what we need to kill him.
So what you're going to notice right now is that there is a cursor on screen. This is actually really important for a menu exploitation we're going to perform called a prompt swap. And it's actually positioned for the next tab menu button that we're going to see in the vendor menus. So that's where prompt swap is going to be used, vendor menus such as Andre coming up. Now what the exploit does is it allows you to buy items that you don't have souls for with items you do have souls for that are in the adjacent tabs in that vendor menu. And so he is going to walk up to Andre here, and he's going to be able to perform it. It's going to happen all very quickly, so just try to pay attention. I'll run you through what he's going to be purchasing.
Might slow down a bit so we don't mess up.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
It might still look bad.
So here he's going to buy a weapon smith box. He's also going to buy the weapon war pick. He's also going to prompt swap to be able to buy a stack of 9 Caestus and also prompt swap with the remaining souls to get 99 Titanite shards. Then he's going to look at the Caestus, which allows him to store a negative quantity. And by heading up to this bonfire, he's going to perform something called a negative quantity brightness dupe, and the way that works, he's going to inject the negative quantity into the drop menu of the Twinkling Titanite. Drop -9 Twinkling Titanite, which actually gives us a positive number of them, and that results in 8 Twinkling Titanite, which he's going to use to upgrade the Black Knight Halberd along with the 2 Twinkling Titanite he's already picked up. And just before he left the bonfire there, he upgraded his war pick to +5.
Yeah. And this segment is honestly super packed. Like, it's by far the most difficult and technical segment in this run to do optimally. Right now, he's actually immediately going into a very famous glitch in this entire game. It's called Sen's Gate Skip. And right now, he's going to abuse death cam mechanics to run all the way back down to where that bonfire was. And because the game has this area loaded right here, in order to save memory, basically, it doesn't load the gate of where Sen's fortress is, so he's able to just run straight through while in death cam. So you're going to see, like, the bridge over here isn't loaded, his character isn't loaded, and the gate isn't loaded, but the texture still is the collision is, so he can just run straight through and just skip having to ring both of the bells.
Yeah, this actually saves the most amount of time in this category than it does in any other category, because this skips an entire boss fight. The gargoyles, you don't have to kill them at all, and you don't have to ring the bells. You also don't have to take 2 trips to Blighttown, so that skip alone saves like 3.5 minutes in the wrong word. In other categories, it's more of a routing feature that you can use to get to Orlando early for whatever reason you might want, but this one, it actually saves a bunch of time.
You know, as we're running through Sen's, we might get 1 donation here, because this is pretty routine and cycle-based and very easy for runners to get through.
Awesome, great. Well, we have so much love coming in for the Dark Souls run. You're doing amazing, Regal. Why don't we kick it off with $50 from Carl Germ that says, "Hey, Regal, thanks for extending No Wrong Warp November by a couple of months. Wish I could be there cheering you on in person, but I'm so happy to see you running this category at GDQ. Oh, and hi, Ash and QQ, Franker Z."
Thank you, Carl. We miss you, man. All right, so yeah, we're just going through Sen's Fortress here. It's pretty easy to get through as a speedrunner. When you've done it a million times, it acts pretty much the same way every time, so it's kind of chill, despite how it might be casually. And that was intentional, I promise, me getting hit by the arrows there. That is a red tier stone ring setup that we use just to get to low HP. You're going to see a lot of those over the course of the run. Most of them are going to be fall damage based or environmental based in general, which are great because using enemies to set up your health is very annoying because they can be random.
That's Morden.
Excuse me.
Somewhere.
So he actually equipped the longbow here,
actually.
which is actually important for a glitch he's going to do called the move swap. I'm sure you've seen this if you've seen Dark Souls runs. The way that this glitch works is by two-handing the bow in his left hand. It's one of the few weapons you can left-handed. That's what I'm trying to say. And as he's queuing up an animation, which he's going to do right here, he's going to go to swap that weapon to the war pick, which is what he desires. And because the bow doesn't have a running, rolling, or plunging attack moveset, the game is forced to read the data from the right-hand weapon, which is the rapier, and that's important because the rapier has 2 hits of damage when you do a running attack, and he transferred that to the war pick right now, and ooh. Bob is giving you
a menace.
Yeah, Bob is a menace.
Every runner's least favorite hollow. Oh my god.
Okay. This guy is the worst.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, we actually made it through. So yeah, his war pick now has that damage of the war pick, but the move swap attack of the rapier.
Yeah, that enemy Bob is the actual boss of Sin's Fortress.
Yeah.
He's the scary one when you're using RTSR, at least. So we should be able to make the bomb cycle here, I believe.
Yeah.
You might actually have to wait. Yeah, it was like so early on. Well, there's Iron Golem. So we had to use the war pick on him because we did not have the stats for the Black Knight Halberd yet. Luckily, the war pick is easy to buy, it's cheap. We have the stats for it, so we don't have to go out of our way to level anything up, and we can take him out pretty quick with that war pick fight, especially with the help of Red Tier Stone Ring, which you can see right there. That glow around me. There's also that icon in the top left. That shows you, oh, okay, you're in Red Tier Stone Ring range. But now we have a bunch of souls that we got from Iron Golem. And we're going to take advantage of that by leveling up a bunch and leveling up our Black Knight Halberd to +5. So we are really early in the run. We already have a fully maxed out Black Knight weapon. So we are in business. We can wield it now and we are ready to go. We're going to be doing great damage later on. Right now we need to get through Anor Londo though. And I'm going to go to this elevator and do a glitch called a confirmation box dupe, which is going to let me reuse this core of an Iron Golem soul, so I can get some extra souls from it. And then we're just going to continue through Anor Londo, which is kind of just a lot of running and stuff getting thrown at my back the whole time. So this is actually would be a great time to get like multiple donations in.
Yeah, maybe like 2 or 3.
Yeah, that sounds great. Well, kicking us off, we have $50 from Colin that says, super hyped for this Dark Souls run. Good luck, Regal, and let's get that Resident Evil 4 run in. And folks, yeah, we do have a bonus game yet to be unlocked, which is going to be Resident Evil 4 Remake Separate Ways. And so far, we've raised $26,771.93, leading us to unlocking it. But folks, we have to hit that $160,000 mark. So as you're sending in those donations, make sure you're sending it to that bonus game.
We can probably get
one more.
Yeah, great. Well, we have $50 from Serene Dragon that says, I played Dark Souls for the first time in 2022, and it quickly became one of my favorite games of all time. Good luck for the run. I'm excited to see this great game being destroyed.
Good choice by the donator. Dark Souls is a fantastic game.
Okay, so we got through the rafters, which is a pretty scary part. You have to sprint over these very thin beams with all these enemies at you. But we got through pretty easily there. I had to poke one guy out of the way, which is another reason why the S-Stock is nice, or any thrusting weapon. Like, you use it for move swap, but it's actually got a lot of good utility.
I kind of want to go echo damage, no?
But we're going to continue through here, and we're going to need some quiet here running through this Batwing Demon section, because I need to listen for audio cues so I don't die.
Really, no one takes that? It's only like 50% more.
Okay. It's fine. I'm just going to heal here. He threw it a little early.
There's a torment there.
I never imagined Ken would actually find anything of interest out here.
Right, you still need to listen for these Silver Knights shooting. There's one more audio cue I need. Okay, I think we're good. And then we need to just bait this guy off.
That was quick.
Yep, that was good. All right, cool, nice. So now we're coming up to one of the most random bosses in the whole run, and because of that, we are going to take this bonfire. which this is another safety bonfire you wouldn't see in like world record attempts.
Everyone's
but
happy
it
because
is,
everyone has
it's a good one to take. We're also going to spend our souls here because we want to spend them anyways. So if I die, I don't want to have to go grab them again. And normally you would actually go through Anor Londo without healing whatsoever, which makes it even scarier. So you set up Red Tear Stone Ring off of it. Because I was being safe and taking the bonfire, I need to use this enemy. And I almost have Red Tear Stone Ring set up. We need a little bit more damage.
Yeah, as Regal said earlier, the Black Knight Halberd potential and damage is really going to shine through ONS here, Ornstein and Smo, so definitely pay attention to that. And my apologies, I think I said rapiers have S-Stock, but thrusting weapons, so it still functions the same way.
Yeah, they're all the same thing, just weight difference, pretty much.
I think some stops will not push maybe bug in the hole.
Okay, this is the worst RNG, but we can make something out of it here.
I'm getting out.
So Spo's going to shovel. All right. Jump away. I meant to do a running attack.
We can't fight around shore.
Okay, nice.
A little spooky.
Very spooky. I messed up on accident.
Yeah, that was a good strafe.
Expertly managed.
Yeah. You can strafe a lot of their attacks if you kind of are familiar with them. All right.
Can't fight.
Not too bad for how that played out.
Yeah, the lightning opener is very rough.
Yeah, it is very scary. And that's it. Now we are going to get the Lord Vessel, which is we've accomplished our early game goal. We need to go up to Guinevere here. And since she likes to talk a lot, and we're speedrunners, we are just going to shoot her. There it goes. And run in. You have to run in just a little bit. And then we're going to jump out, and then it should give us the Lord Vessel here. Nice. All right, so the first part of the run is finished. Now the next part of the run is we're going to be going and collecting all of those Lord Souls that we need to offer to the Lord Vessel in order to access the final layer. The first one that we're going to be grabbing is the Beta Chaos Soul in Lost Isle. And first we're going to be doing a very cool skip. QQ, can you explain Blighttown skip for me? It's my favorite skip.
Yeah, sure. This skip is awesome. It allows us to skip basically all of Blighttown. We'll be going just past all of it. And it starts off right here with a very specific aim setup. He's going to aim at a very specific part of the ammo, at the shaft right here. And then he's going to abuse something called a transition clip, which is basically going to trick the game into sending him into the last loaded part because of weird, unstable ground mechanics. You'll see in a second when he loads back in.
I'm going to turn off motion blur. That is actually...
Yeah, it was bothering me too on the elevator.
Usually I have it turned off.
As soon as he loads back in, the ground is not going to be there, and he's just going to start falling. And he's going to quit out as soon as he hits the ground, and then do another very specific aim setup to get down to something called seam walk, which is this pixel-wide seam that you have to kind of just know where everything is, which is really cool and really fun to practice. So hopefully he does it right.
Incredibly hard as well.
Yeah, this takes a lot of practice. This is probably the things that top runners practice the most or have the most time practicing. So he did it very well here. So this is another thing called the delayed roll. It allows
pretty
them to,
easy to me.
cancels all your fall damage and you're right into Quaylog's domain. So
this is one of the most advanced strats in these speedruns.
Yeah, that saves like a full minute in this category. And now here's Quaylog. We're going to try to get a lot of staggers on her body here. And I missed. That's okay. This is going to be a little slow of a fight. Oh, they got one at least.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed that first one, and then she started to do the spray, so
honestly,
it wasn't safe.
Getting the stagger on that attack is kind of weird sometimes.
Yeah, it's weird because she'll stop in different places, so you have to adjust. It's easy to mess up, actually. And so now we're going into one of my favorite skips. This skip is what actually got me into speedrunning this game, so shout out to Kamal, who found this. This is a Fire Sage elevator clip. So what I'm going to do is put out by this elevator. And if you pay attention, the elevator is loading in slightly after my character. The elevator isn't active yet, so I can't do anything with it yet. But these quit outs are pushing me back ever so slightly using the stand-up animation. Eventually, I'm just going to fall right through, like so. And below me, there is a boss, which I can plunge, Fire Sage, and His AI doesn't activate whatsoever. He prevents me from dying. He's actually really sweet.
Yeah, he's so chill.
It's a kind of miracle this works, but it is very cool. And we don't need to skip the Golden Fog Gate necessarily, but like the fact that we have that, we don't have to place Lord Vessel yet at all. So we can get into this area with the Golden Fog Gate still
I can't really
active.
pop it.
What a great cushion.
And then jerk off 3
Yes,
seconds.
and the only reason that works is because Fire Sage Demon is a copy and paste from Asylum Demon, who you can plunge. Normally you can't plunge deck that boss at all, which is just a funny coincidence.
Time for a quick donation.
Let's wait till after this boss, and then they will be good. So this is a Centipede Demon. He can be kind of a jerk, so hopefully he pays attention, or hopefully behaves. I don't know why I said that, but yeah. Okay, looks like he's in the right spot here.
Yeah.
This should hopefully go well. Nice,
should give you the
perfect.
jumps, yep.
Okay, this is exactly what you want. 2 more hits. All right, he's dead. Okay, now would be a great time for some donations as we run through all this lava.
Awesome. Well, kicking us off is another community donation with $15 from a regular guy. They say, a Dark Souls run by Regal with an added commentary with Ash and QQ? Yes, please. Good luck, Regal. Franker Z.
Thank you, Greg.
We also have $50 from Andrew that says, so grateful for the GDQ events every year and that my brother QQ is getting some screen time for
Nice.
the game he loves most. Good luck to all the runners and much love from the QQ household.
Nice.
Nice. Thank you, Andrew.
Time for more?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, folks, we've already closed over $1,000 now, so we're only about $132,000 away from unlocking Resident Evil 4. So keep those donations coming in, and even $5 helps. It doesn't have to be a $50 donation. Every little bit helps. But we have $50 from Landmanan that says, awesome to catch Regal at GDQ. Good luck and lots of love to you and Ash from all of us in Sweden. Thank you.
Aw, thanks, Lan.
All right, so we are finally getting out of this lava, which is not pretty.
It's harsh on the eyes.
Very harsh. We're heading up to maybe one of the least popular bosses in the game, to put it nicely. The Meta Chaos. Normally you have to do this whole thing where you have to run to the sides and knock out these orbs in order to get access to this middle section. And while you're doing that, all the floor is like collapsing around you, and it's kind of a nightmare. I'm sure anyone that played this game casually will remember how annoying this boss is. But we're not going to do that at all. Well, we will be knocking out the orbs and going to the center, but we won't be running around. We have a strat called Toki Bombs, which maybe you've heard of. It's been around for a long time. It makes this not only way faster, but way more comfortable, as long as you don't miss. So hopefully we don't miss our bombs. This would be one of those strats that if we fail, we'll probably have to load a save, because it's like kind of irreversible if you fail it. But it shouldn't be too bad.
This is always a strat that we recommend even like new players or people playing their first time try out, because it just trivializes this entire boss fight, which
Yes.
is very obnoxious.
Yeah, there's the biggest concern is there's an attack called a Firestorm that the boss can do while you're in the center. So even once you nail these 2 bomb throws, you're not safe. But hopefully it'll go fine.
LBR.
I'm just gonna stop like right here. Let's get aiming. We're just gonna take it a little slow. That should be good. That should be good too. All right, hopefully we don't get firestormed.
Nice.
Almost out of the woods.
Blabber?
Oh, we got
We
firestormed. That sucks. Should we load a save file?
I think so.
I think we need to load a save file. That's like really the worst thing that can happen. Hold on. So I'm not going to go to the desktop. I don't know if that's okay. You go here.
This is an extremely good game.
Do this.
You're just gonna transfer over the
Yeah, we
save
just have
file.
to transfer the save files.
Right.
Yeah, that Firestorm attack, the pattern it goes is random, so
Yeah.
like avoiding it when it's already like coming out in a certain way is just
It's definitely killed some world record paces before, so it happens. It's like one of those things you can't really mitigate. You just have to hope it doesn't happen to you.
All right, that should do it. Let's see.
There is a way to like kind of manipulate where it goes, but it's not really used that.
That's unfortunate. It really didn't want to have to go to save all. Yeah, perfect.
Oh well.
All right, so ready to heal up. That was pretty quick. Okay.
Just see it again for the viewers.
Yeah, you want watch it again. Hopefully, I don't get fire thrown again. That's like pretty unlucky.
Yeah, it doesn't really even happen that often.
No, and you can definitely like avoid getting hit by it, but I did. I just barely got caught by it.
This is the biggest minus fucking 40 or what'll it be?
We are gonna try again. Yeah, that's like a really, really bad time loss. But.
Yeah, because it saved. This boss is kind of unique because it saves the place at which it like
right.
lasts.
You can't like redo it. Like,
yeah, the boss fight doesn't start over whenever you get it. So.
Yeah, so this strat just cannot be used a second time around. You have to like do something else entirely because the floor is all broken.
There we go.
Yeah, now
nice.
now it's easy. This is what usually happens.
Yes.
So.
No bad RNG this time.
Nice. Okay.
That's the first Lord Soul, by the way.
Yes. One down.
Yes.
All right, so now we are back at Firelink, and we need to level up 28 endurance, which was a big reason why we went to Izalith first, so we can get a bunch of souls, because you don't really need a lot of levels in order to do Izalith effectively. So we kind of just go there first because of that. And now we want to place the Lord Vessel to dispel some fog gates, but before we can do that, we need to get the Covenant of Artorias.
Yeah.
So we can, the mouse cursor can get off the screen now.
Yeah, we prompt swap for the last time, so the cursor's no longer needed on screen.
So we need to get the Covenant of Artorias from this boss Sif, so we can access 4 kings and place the Lord Vessel through the other serpent cap. There we go. All right, it's off screen now.
Yeah, moving the mouse, like even if it is on screen, it just moves the camera.
So we're on our way to Sif right now, and that was an enemy RTSR setup.
Wait, how the fuck are they
and
leaving?
those can be pretty annoying.
They've slaughtered characters.
But yeah, that guy is usually not too bad. That one went over my head though, which is annoying.
Yeah.
This might be a good time for donations, actually.
Great, sounds good. Well, kicking us off is $50 from Hodja Plays that says, come on, let's get that RE4 incentive met. So excited for this Dark Souls run, praise the sun. And indeed, with that, we are getting really close with